Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and MonsterVerse stuff is running rampant. We of course have Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 currently on, one episode to go, which is out this week. Then of course we have Godzilla -0 coming out in November, and of course next year we're getting Godzilla x Kong Supernova. So there's a lot of Godzilla and all of these kaijus, information, news happening right now. And this time we're looking at Godzilla x Kong Supernova because we have this licensing expo in China, and they've given them a brief synopsis for Supernova. Now, we've already heard a synopsis for it, but this one's a bit different and is telling us some new information. And so it's interesting to see what this new information is, and we're going to take a look at the article that breaks this down, and then you see that new synopsis. But it's very interesting to see what's going to happen with this. So it's saying there's a huge amount of excitement for Godzilla x Kong Supernova, especially with all signs pointing to SpaceGodzilla making his MonsterVerse debut next March. And yes, it is pretty much confirmed that SpaceGodzilla is the big bad in this one. So set photos and test screening leaks have confirmed plans for that iconic kaiju to appear, but otherwise we don't know what to expect from the King of the Monsters' next team up with King Kong. Now, yes, apparently there has been test screenings for this thing, and they've been going quite well from what we understand. How much you invest in test screenings is up to you, whatever. They're interesting to hear, but it's saying anyway that apparently it's good. It still apparently has a few issues, but plenty of time to sort those out. So it's saying, well, thanks to a listing from the China Licensing Expo, we have a brief plot synopsis for Godzilla x Kong Supernova. There are no major revelations, but it does tease the deepening of the relationship between the world's titans and humans, as well as a new earth-shaking monster storm. Now this one is the interesting part. So this is what this new synopsis says. Now again, the way this article is saying, like, we've never heard of what the synopsis is for this movie. We have, but this is a new one. So it says, as the 6th installment in the MonsterVerse film series, this movie will delve deeper into the delicate relationship of coexistence and trust between humans and prehistoric behemoths. Meanwhile, the earth-shaking monster storm triggered by the epic clash between Godzilla and Kong, the two guardians of Earth's ecological balance, will once again sweep across the big screen. Now that's an interesting part there, saying this earth-shaking monster storm that was triggered by the clash between Godzilla and Kong. What storm? Like, I'm confused about this one. It's like a storm that was brought up and it was triggered by the clash between Godzilla and Kong. So not between Godzilla and Kong when they were fighting other kaijus and stuff and titans, like in New Empire and stuff, where they were fighting Scar and stuff like that. It seems to be coming directly from their confrontation with one another. So what does that mean? This monster storm, I don't know what that is. So that's interesting, what that is. The interesting thing is this relationship, and they're saying the delicate relationship between humans and the titans. So what way will that work? And that is one thing they are diving into with Monarch Legacy of Monsters, is that relationship. You know, how do you coexist with these things and stuff? And it's saying here, like, the MonsterVerse franchise has so far grossed over $2.5 billion at the worldwide box office since launching with Gareth Edwards' Godzilla in 2014. And keep that in mind. You're thinking, with 6 movies, it's only grossed $2.5 billion. There's a massive gap between when each one releases, so like that price has probably gone up if you adjust for inflation between the movies. But don't forget, New Empire, was it? No, not New Empire. Godzilla x Kong. No, that was New Empire. Wait, was it New Empire? Yeah, it was New Empire that was released during COVID. So it wasn't widely available to everybody, and it still did enough to warrant sequels and to be well received and all that type of stuff. So, or it was either that one or the one before it. I can't even remember what they were all called. Is what, Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla X Kong. Is it just Godzilla X Kong, or was it had another title? Maybe it was just Godzilla X Kong, and then of course Godzilla X Kong Super, or whatever the bloody hell thing's called. What was it called? New Empire. I think there's so many of them now. I'm forgetting what each one was bloody called. I love these movies. They're great fun. Yeah, critics hate them, but it's like, get over it. Like, not everything has to be this groundbreaking. Ooh, look, it's so deep and thoughtful and blah blah blah. It's like, it's monsters kicking the shit out of monsters and destroying cities. But like, that's all you need, and that's all you get. And I'm, for one, happy with it. Plus, the fact that we can have the fun ones. Yeah, I would like a little bit more of a serious take on it. But at the same time, the fact that we're getting this, but then we're getting Godzilla -0 as well. That's where we get the more serious side and the more human story and stuff. The two of them side by side, yes, give me it all. Or give me all that Godzilla goodness. So, what do you guys think? Are you excited for Supernova? Are you excited for -0? And what's your overall thoughts on the MonsterVerse? All these titans. Do you want more of them? Do you want less of them? Let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.